So today we'll study about classification of systems. So systems is an entity that takes the input, processes it and gives the output. So system is nothing but a black box. It takes the input, processes it and gives the output. And this black box is represented in signals and systems as HT for continuous time systems, for discrete time systems as HN. So systems are two types of systems, continuous time and discrete time. Continuous time systems take continuous signals, processes it and gives continuous time signals. The examples of this are amplifiers, filters, all electronic devices, etc. So in this video only we'll study about classification of continuous time systems. Classification is based on linearity, causality, stability and so on. So we'll see now what are the classification of systems of continuous time systems. So classification is based on following points. The first one is linear systems and non-linear systems. So this linear systems which satisfies the superposition principle. It says that when y1t is function of x1t, y2t is function of x2t, then a1y1t plus a2y2t is function of a1x1t plus a2x2t. Then system is called as linear. This is nothing but linear system. And if this condition is not satisfied, then it is a non-linear system. Second one is causal and non-causal systems. So causal system states that if y of t d is function of xt only up to t less than td. Now what is the meaning of this? That causal systems, the output depends only on present and past. That means it is present, that is t is less than or equal to, that means it is y of td is present on x of td present, and if it is less than td it is past. So if the output depends on present and past inputs, output depends on present and past inputs, the system is called as causal system. And if it is not so, it is called as non-causal. Or I can say now, if y of td equals to f of xt, where t is only greater than td, that means it is depending only on future values, this is called as anti-causal. So causal system where the output depends only on present and past inputs is called as causal. It depends on only future, it is anti-causal, and it is combined, that is depends on present, past and future, it is non-causal. So we say non-causal is nothing but y td equals to f of x of t when t is all values, means it is t is less than td, also t is greater than td. Okay, it depends on all values of this, so it is non-causal. This is nothing but linear and causal. Next classification is time variant and invariant system. This system means if the output changes with input with the same amount of shift, it is called as time invariant system. For example, if y of t is function of x of t, if the input, if I say here input is shifted by td units, we name it as y of t comma td, where only input is shifted. So it is only input is shifted, we name it as y of tt. If output is also shifted by TD units, that is y t minus td. Now if this one and this 2, this is output is shifted by td units and this is only input is shifted by td units, and when the output is shifted by td units, wherever is t, it will change to t minus td. If t minus td is equals to yt comma td, that is 1 is equals to t, the system is called as time invariant system. And if it is not so, it is called as time variant system. When we'll do the examples, you will understand better, but understand whenever we'll change the input, it is now just yt comma td, and if we change the output, it is t minus td, and if these two are same, it is called as time invariant, and if they are not same, it is time variant system. The fourth one is static and dynamic system. So from the name itself you understood that static means constant if the output td depends on input only at td, that is this is td, or I can write as t and I can say that t equals to td. It is called as static system. If y of td is not equals to f of x of td, it depends on other values of td also, it is dynamic. Okay, so it is what, when the output depends only on present values, is called as static, and if it depends on present, past or future also, it will be dynamic system. Let us see the last classification, that is stable and unstable systems. Yes, let us see stable and unstable systems. So stable system is defined as if x of t is value something less than mx less than infinity. That means when xt is bounded, and for this y of t is also bounded, the system is called as bounded input, bounded output, stable system. So what we say here, stability, that if input is bounded, for that output is also bounded, the system is called as stable. If for bounded input, output is not bounded, then we say it is unstable system. So when we say if for bounded input output is not bounded, the system is unstable. Okay, so we'll see here the condition of the input, that input is bounded, and for bounded input, if the output is not bounded, system is unstable, and if output is also bounded, then system is stable. Let us do some examples on this. So the example is, test the given system for linearity, causality, stability and time invariance. Y of t is equals to x of t square. The first one, linearity. Let us see, for linearity we have to see that it should satisfy the superposition principle. So we'll write down here is y1t equals to x1t square, y2t equals to x2t square. Right? Now let us see, when we take input as a1 x1t and a2 x2t. So when input is a1 x1t, input will be a1 x1t square plus a2 x2t square. This is the input. What will be the output? For output will be, if I say now, a1 x1t square plus a2 x2t square. You can see y1t is x1t square and y2t is x2t square. So what will be output here? Output, that is, this is nothing but x of t equals to input. So what will be output? I can write this as, if x of t square is this. So what will be y of t? We know if this is the input, y of t will be a1 x1t square plus a2 x2t square. That is for a1 y1t plus a2 y2t. right? So what is this? Nothing but for a1 x1t plus a2 x2t, a1 y1t plus a2 y2t. So this is linear system. So we say this system is linear. Okay. The second one is causality. Yes. So causality, the definition is if the output depends on present and past values. If it depends on present and past, the system is causal. So we'll put three values here. Just for example, I'll put y of 0 equals to x of 0 because t square. So y0 is x0. What will be y1? Y1 will be x1. T square is 1. What will be y2? Y2 will be x4. So you can see here we have to put more than three values, if one positive, one 0 and one negative. I'll put one negative also. Y of -1 will be x of 1. So you can see this is nothing but depends on present value. If you see only this, you can see it is causal. This also depends only on present. But you can see this is nothing but future value. You can see this is nothing but future value. So by seeing this, we can say it is depending on future value also and present also. So it is non-causal. If it depends only on future, then we say it is anti-causal. But it is depending on present and future. So it is non-causal. So it is a non-causal system. We got linear and non-causal. Let us see the other two one. That is stability and time invariance. Yes. Now static and dynamic. We know static system is depend only on present. When we see here that it is depending on future, just now we have seen it is non-causal. So it is not depending only on present. So it is a static system. It is a dynamic system. Sorry. It is a dynamic system. Why? Because it is not depending only on present. It is depending on future and present. So it is dynamic. Remember, causal systems can be static. Non-causal means that will be dynamic always. Because static means depending only on present, and that is nothing but causal. If it is not static dynamic, then it will be non-causal. Okay. So now let us see time variant invariant. So time variant invariant. So we have seen it is linear, it is dynamic, and it is non-causal. We have done this till now. We'll see time variant invariant. For time invariant or variant, what we'll check here? What we will check here? We will first write down y t comma td. When we write t comma td, that means we are shifting only input. We'll write here t square minus td because you are shifting input by td units, and that's why we are writing y t comma td. It becomes t square minus td. It is what I am writing here, shifting input. And whenever we shift input, we name it as y t comma td. It is x of t square minus td. Now we are shifting output. So y of t minus td, and this is y of t. So when you are changing t, it will change in the right hand side also. So in place of t, you will have t minus td square. This is what? Shifting output. And when you are shifting output, that means when you are writing here t minus td, here also will change. Now you can see these two, we have to equate these two. If they are both are same, that is time invariant. But we can see they both are not same. It is t square minus td and this is t minus td square. So we can write here that v t comma td is not equals to y t minus td. So it is time variant system. You can see the system and tell me here that it is time variant or not. Because when we shift the input, it will be t square minus td, and when we shift the output, it will be t minus td whole square. So it will be time variant system. Okay. The last one is stability. So I'll write down here time variant. Time variant. Now let us see about stability. Yes. Now we'll see the stability here. Stability, the definition is for bounded input. If output is also bounded, the system is stable. So now you can see that yt is x of t square. It is not having any other component. So when I say that input x of t square is bounded, that means x of t square is less than mx, less than infinity. That means I am saying it is bounded input. Bounded input. Right? This is bounded. Yes. So for this, when this is bounded, y of t will be bounded. So we'll say that y of t also will be some value less than infinity. So this also will be bounded. So the system is stable. So now from next problem we will understand from the problem only ki whether it is linear, dynamic, causal, non-causal or stable. So for bounded input, output is bounded, is called as stable system. Let us see one more example. Yes. So this is the second example. Test the given system for linearity, causality, stability and time invariance for y of t equals to t x of t. So we'll start with linearity again. So I'll directly write now y1t equals to t x1t. y2t equals to t x2t. This is what I am doing for linearity. Okay, we'll do stepwise. Yes. And now if the input is this, output is this. Now I am taking input as x of t as a1 x1t plus a2 x2t. So what will be y of t? Yt will be t a1 x1t plus a2 x2t. So what you can see here, t is common, a1 x1t. What is a1 x1t? It will be a1 y1t. T is there, so it will be a1 y1t plus a2 y2t. So y of t is nothing but a1 y1t plus a2 y2t. It follows the superposition principle. It is linear system. So what we got is, it is linear system. So I'll write down here that we got this as linear. Okay, now let us check for second. That is causal. I'll write down here the system. Causality. What is definition of causality? That if output depends only on the present and past values of input. Now you can see here y of t is depending only on x of t. There is nothing t square, t minus something or t plus something. That means if I write here y of t equals to t x of t, I can say what will be y0? Y0 will be 0 into x of 0. So it is depending only on the present value. Y1 equals to 1 into x of 1. Y minus 1 equals to minus 1 into x of minus 1. So it is only depending on the present value. Y0 is depending on x0. Y1 is depending on x1. Y minus 1 is depending on x minus 1. You can see here t is not changing. 0, 0, 1, 1, minus 1, minus. So it is depending only on present. And what is the definition of causality? Present and past. So it is causal. Also the next point, when we can say static dynamic also we can discuss here. Static dynamic. Why? Because static is nothing but depends only on present. So y of t is only depending on x of t. So it is also static system. And always remember, static systems are always causal, because static depends only on present and causal is present and past. So static systems are always causal, but opposite is not true. Why? Because causal is present and past both. So if causal can be present and past both, but that cannot be static. So static systems are always causal, but opposite is not true. But causal cannot be always static. Remember. So we got here is causal and static. Static I am writing full because we have stable and stable also. Static. Now let us see the next 2 points. Let us see now time variant, invariant. So time variant or invariant. We'll see that condition. Now we know what you have to check. First we have to shift the input. When we shift the input, we'll write as yt comma td. It will be only shifting the input. So this will not be changed. It is t minus td. This is shifting input. Shifting input. Next, we will shift output. When I am shifting output, I am changing t here. So when I am changing t here, I have to change in the right hand side also. T minus td x of t minus td. So you'll ask me the question why, when I am shifting the input, why I am not changing this? Because y is the function of x. X is not the function of y. So when I am shifting the input, I am naming this as yt comma td. And when I am shifting the output, it's a function of xt. So wherever t will change, this will also change. Now we have to see these two. This is shifting output. Now we'll see this both. You can see here yt comma td is t into x of t. This is t minus td. So this is not equal to y of t minus td. And when it is not equals to, it is what? Time variant system. I can write here time variant system. It is time variant system. Now we'll see about stability. The last point, stability. Now stability, we know that if I say if x of t is a value something mx less than infinity, what will be yt here? Yt will be equals to t into mx. So even if mx is less than infinity, if t goes infinity, yt will not be bounded. Will not be bounded depending only on xt. Because if xt ki jagah I have placed mx, but t can go to infinity. So whenever t is in this side, like outside xt, it will not depend on xt. Even if xt is bounded, yt can go unbounded. The system is unstable. The system is unstable. I'll write down here unstable. I hope this is clear. We have solved two problems, and next video we will discuss about the classification of discrete time systems and the